You know, I'm going to say this, and I've been meaning to say it before, but I got to say it right now because it's kind of the way I've been feeling. Here we go. Black women, y'all have been brainwashed so bad that when it comes to having an open dialogue with your significant other, y'all know how to be open to them. Let me explain. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. There's a couple of things been on my mind, man. And I'm going to tell you the truth. One of the things has been relationships in general. And I'm finding out more and more, like, when it comes to relationships between a man and woman, but relationships in general, especially in our communities, we have a very lacking of honesty between the relationships. And when I say relationships, I'm talking about in general. Will you be honest about the things that's on your mind? I noticed that. Now, I'm not speaking for white people on this. I'm speaking on black people on this. And you know why? Because black people are the ones that I've been around that does that. Okay? I ain't been around white people at this point we already know their deal. But for us to be talking about we need to bond together, we need to stand together and all this other mess, we don't do a good job of being honest with each other. We don't. We don't do a great job of it. And I'm going to be honest. A lot of y'all sisters don't like to do that. Y'all gloss over things that you say about certain things, but you're just not really honest to that significant other person that you're with about how you really feel about certain things. A lot of times, y'all just go along to get along. Somebody say, hey, baby, this, that, and the other. Like, for example, you got a couple. Now, the male or female might be away, and the significant other, might be at home. All right? Then you got the person from home or wherever might be saying, hey, I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you too. But that person who said, I've been thinking about you too, usually don't give honest conversations about how they feel about that person on their own. It's like they wait for that person to say those things to them. And I'm thinking, if you're doing that every time that person who initializes it all the time says it to you, there's questionability about how that other person who says, I've been thinking about you too, never says it on their own. In other words, what I'm saying is, usually if that person never come out and say how they really feel to you unless they wait for you to say it to them, to me, there's questionability about their true feelings about you as a person. It's very questionable. Because it's probably like they okay with what you are in the relationship with them and they are with you, but they don't. But with times when you're away or they're away, they may not have the same feeling about you. And they may not have the same feeling about you anyway, especially if they don't say it, if they don't come out and tell you how they feel on a regular. And I don't even mean regular, or just every now and then. Sometimes you question that. You do. But I've noticed in general that, and people I've talked to as well, that y'all sisters, y'all don't like to have honest conversations. You don't like to be honest about what's on your mind. You don't like to be honest about your feelings. You don't like to be honest. You just, I mean, you'll say what you think people want to hear, but you won't say what's in your heart. You know? And I'm finding that out to be like that with women more, particularly black women, more, and I can say black women because that's the only women I know that I know about. But I'm finding out to be like that more and more and more every fucking day. I'm telling you. I can't say or ask why y'all like that. Only y'all know like why y'all like that. You know? Is it because of past hurts, past relationships, daddy issues? What? You know? And some of us brothers, to be honest, are getting tired of this shit. Because y'all, I hear a lot of black women talking about, well, I can't find no good man. And you know, let me use an analogy of how things have changed so much over the years when it comes to that. Black women today, and I'm serious, and I say today, whether you're older black woman or whether you're younger black woman, black women today, y'all don't have the same outlook about things in relationships as guys do. I think some of you already know. Yeah, we know. Because your, how can I put it? Your wants and needs we know are different. But when it comes to relationships, it's completely different. You know? And sometimes I feel that your wants and needs in a relationship is influenced by other people. Some of about that's true, some of it's not. But we do know that a lot of your influences sometimes is based on how you see your friends are. Like, for example, if you're a married woman, all right, you go out on the cruise with your girlfriends and stuff, and you see your friends are all having fun, and you feel left out because your husband at home and you on a cruise with your girlfriends and they having fun, and your girlfriend's trying to convince you, oh, it's okay, you can go ahead, he ain't gonna know. You know, that's the problem. I have a problem with that. Shouldn't be on the cruise with no single women, no way, if you're married. That's just my take on that. Real talk. Because you asking for nothing but fucking trouble. You know? You wouldn't want your husband hanging out at no singles cruise with a bunch of women, and no cruise with a bunch of women on, and all your male friends are single, and you sitting there, left in the, with your dick left in the dirt. Excuse my French. You know? Your woman wouldn't like that. You know that. But if she won't go hang out with her girlfriends, you're supposed to say that's okay. You see what I'm getting at? It's okay if the woman wants to do that with her friends and go out and kick it. And say, oh, I'm just going to have a good time with my friends, but you're really going out there with your friends to go look and check out other guys. I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody, but you see where I'm going with it. You know, that there are women out there that will try and influence, the girlfriends to get in trouble, no matter what this situation is. You know? And in some cases, they don't seem to mind. That's why I tell y'all guys, some of y'all guys right up front, if you young and you still in your 20s or whatever, and you thinking about getting married, you better think again. I tell y'all right up front. because marriage ain't for everybody. I'll say that right up front, right out. And because it's sometimes it's a crapshoot. Do you know I'm the only married guy in my family? I'm the only matter of fact, I'm the only married person in my family, period. Everybody else is single. Yeah, it's weird. You know? And because they all tried it and just didn't work out for any of them. It's a tough road to hoe. It's a tough road to hoe. It is. And sometimes it could be a crapshoot. You know? But my thing is, it's the relations that you have. Now, I ain't talking about, sexual relations. I'm talking about just relations where you can be honest about each other. See, we don't, as a people, we don't believe in being honest with each other about anything anyway. That I know for a fact. Y'all can say, oh, yes, we do, but you just generalize it. No, bullshit. I ain't generalizing a damn thing because I know it to be true. And y'all know it to be true. Y'all don't, tell people what's on your mind. People like to sugarcoat stuff because you figure, I don't want to hurt the feelings. Yet you worry about somebody's feelings when you don't want to be honest. When you should be honest about yours. Because sometimes that's the best policy. Instead of you trying to mislead somebody that you really trying to be there for them, or you mislead somebody you're trying to, be in a relationship with them and you really ain't into them like that. And when that other person start acting a little indifferent from the way they normally act, especially when they're away from you, you tend to question it. You tend to question, if you don't act like that when you're with me, why the hell do you act like this when you're not? Ain't you supposed to sort of have the same type of feelings for me when you away as you do when you here? Because if you don't, I question the validity of the relationship. And I have every right to. Especially if you're married. You have every right to question it. Don't accuse, but say, for example, the person who's away and you're at home. And usually when they're home with you, they're lovey-dovey. When they're on the road and you ask a simple question about something that has nothing to do with anything of a specific nature, they get really angry. And yet it was no cause for them to. And then they tend to stay that way. And you don't know why. So, of course, your natural question is, well, what's going on? That's it. Now, if you ask anything beyond that, then that could be grounds for saying, well, is something bothering you that make you think that I'm out here acting stupid or something. But if you're not doing that, and your general question is, after they throw an anger fit, well, what's going on? I think they should give you some explanation to that. If they don't, that makes you want to question the validity of what's going on. But that's why young guys, talking about, I want to get married, man. I want to get married before I'm 30. Fuck that shit. Don't rush it. I'll say that. Don't rush to try to not be lonely. I'll say that. A lot of guys out there do that. They're like, I ain't want to be lonely no more, man. She completes me and she make me whole and blah, blah, blah. Fuck all that. If you're lonely, then you just be lonely until you find someone in a relationship who really is about the relationship. Not about, because you got a job, or a car and good benefits, and you ain't been in trouble, you ain't been arrested, or none bullshit like that. You know, see what it is that a lot of women look for today. They don't really look for a man. They tell you, I'm looking for a man. You can't be looking for a man because you know what they always say? And I'm telling you for a fact, what I know for a fact. Many women, they look for a guy with a car, maybe a nice apartment or house, and benefits, and a nice job. I understand that they don't want no broke dudes, but we don't want no broke women, you know? So, but here's the thing. You tell women to be independent. Right? Men can't be independent? No. Men go out there, make good money, have a good car and a job, all that. What you tell them to do? You need to find a wife. See where I'm going at? See where I'm going with it? It's double standard. It's like a lot of these ballers, entertainers, or whatever. You know, you tell them they have to marry into black. But yet, you watch a lot of the news reports and stuff, when black athletes or entertainers always marry black women, chances are, in many cases, they always get in trouble with that black woman. They get a couple of babies by them, and they clean them dry. Yeah. Every time. Every time. Because their agenda is about getting that cream, getting that paper. That's what generations of black women have taught their daughters, granddaughters, nieces, cousins, aunts, you name it. And they have. But the double standard is if a woman gets a good job, independent, I say, hey, go girl, go for what you know. Independent. Brother, same thing. Tell me you need to settle down and get you a wife. Mm-hmm. I had a thing one time, I think when I was just around the time I got out the Army. My mother come tell me, you need to settle down and get you some kids. Because I got some grandkids. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same grandkids she never spent time with. I'll leave it at that. Don't do a double standard like y'all women always do. Double standard things. You say one thing, you do something else. Totally different. Or don't want to be involved with you at all. It's ridiculous. You know, but I'm just coming from an honest place like I always do here. Because this is for all to hear, baby. And that's what I got to say about it. This is DJ Wolf. I'm sure I'll come back and revisit that subject again. I will say more about it in the back burner, but I'm out.